Hi guys, long time no see, so let's just get straight into it because I have a feeling this is gonna be a long video. Okay, so I decided to do a matte pink because the last pink I did, obviously I used shimmer and glitter, and I used this, so I don't want to do that again, so I might just use a matte pink. You know, for right now, let's just go in with Gardenia. It's kind of like a neutrally pink. I think I understand the gist of shop my stash, but it always confused me because I was like, what do you mean shop my stash? You already shopped for that makeup, but you're gonna go shopping for it again, right? So yeah, I was so confused. I was like, what does that mean, shop my stash? Like, no one else is in your room shopping your stash. So this is basically like a come along with me choosing my makeup, right? That's how I saw it. So I'm like, oh, you have so much makeup. It's like you're going shopping in a store. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going with and that's what I'm gonna do. I just realized that I don't know if I should do my makeup and then we go shopping in between each makeup product, or do I just show you me shopping my stash all at once and then come back for the makeup look. This palette is super pink. I haven't used this in a while, and yeah, that does not look good. I mean, I could technically use like this as the main hot pink. Okay, let me just set this aside and throw that in. This does not have any pinks. Is that neutral too? I feel like I used this pink before. Like pink and purple. Okay, maybe one of those pinks, and we'll go from there. Okay, so as you can see, I have a new background. I have no idea if I want to put it back to exactly how I had it before. So on New Year's, I wake up, I step out of our bed onto the carpet, and I'm like, ew, why is it wet? And I thought maybe something spilled over at night. And then I went to the living room and it was even more wet. It was raining outside, but you know, it doesn't rain like crazy in San Diego, but it was still raining. And I'm like, what the hell? And I opened my door and a lot of my neighbors were already outside. And I looked at them, I was like, is your apartment flooded too? And they were like, yeah. So we're freaking out because, you know, management is off for New Year's and someone already called for them. So they basically came and like ripped open our carpet and they put some kind of drying fan in there, and everyone's like, you guys are gonna replace our carpet, right? It's all wet, it's gonna get moldy very fast. And management was like, no, we're just gonna dry it. So we're all pissed. Like, we're all getting really pissed. Someone was already coming like, hey, should we make a petition so that they can replace our carpet? And I was like, yes, of course I'm gonna join. And then eventually, like midday, I went to the office. My friend was basically like, hey, you need to put your foot down and don't ask them to change it. Be like, when are you gonna change it? And they were like, oh, don't worry, we called headquarters in somewhere in Texas and they'll change it. And I was like, okay, because literally you cannot fix that carpet. It's already gonna get moldy. There was already mold under our carpet. So thank God they were doing that. And my husband's pissed because he has to leave the next day for a gig, and he's like, this is our sign. We need to go get a new place. He's been wanting a house for like 6 years now. He was pissed because like he was ready to buy a house right before COVID, and then that happened and housing went up. I didn't really care. I loved our apartment. I didn't feel the need to be somewhere bigger. The only reason I wanted a house is because I wanted a separate room to film, because I had such a tight space in our apartment. I was in the living room to film and it was uncomfortable, and I always like dreamed of just having a separate room to film. And we were looking for a house a year before, and we found one. After a whole year of us not agreeing on one single house, we looked through houses for an entire year. We found one and we put in our offer. It was our first offer. It was scary, and you know, our real estate agent was telling them, hey, like, this is a young couple, they've never put in an offer for a house before, and she wanted more, and someone else was also putting a bid down. So our real estate agent was like, okay, you gotta put in the highest you want. We're not gonna have time to like negotiate. Just put in what you think would be your highest. So we did. The seller didn't even look at our offer. She took the person before us's offer and they offered less than us. But the reason she did this was during the election. So on election day, you know, with the results in, she freaked out. She didn't even look at her offer. She's like, I need to get out of here. I don't know why, because she was just moving to a new house in San Francisco. I don't know why she needed to move out of the San Diego house. Like, I don't know how the election would have made any difference if she waited like 2 hours to look at our offer, but she freaked out and just grabbed the other person's offer. So like, we were bummed, we were heartbroken because it was the only house we both really liked. So we gave up. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab this dark purple. So yeah, we gave up house hunting. We were like, you know, we're good. We weren't excited anymore, and we were scared with what was gonna happen with the housing market. We stopped looking. And then, like I said, the flood happened. My husband was like, okay, we need to start looking. So literally the next day, I went back onto Redfin and just looked at a few houses, and I'm like, this is gonna suck because we're in a rush. Our apartment is starting to smell disgusting, like a whole new level of mold. And one of the managers, when I mentioned him that I was worried about mold, he was like, oh, it takes 3 days for mold to happen. Has it been 3 days yet? And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, so you're good. And then he was like, oh, and mold is in the air, so blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you guys just don't want to fix it. I 100% guarantee you there was black mold or some kind of mold in those walls, especially after the flood. You could just smell it. The smell would not go away. It was disgusting. I was having horrible headaches the whole time we were still there. And I was just not sleeping well. Like, every time I entered the apartment, like, it was just a whiff of really nasty smell. I asked my neighbor right next to me. She was like, no, I don't have that smell. And I was like, okay, so I'm screwed. So we were really in a rush. While my husband was at his gig, I was just looking at whatever I could. And then he came back. We got back in touch with our real estate agent and went house shopping. And it sucked because I was like, I don't think we're ever gonna find something as much as we loved with that first house. And I remember asking one of the real estate agents I was touring with, I was like, do you feel like you know, kind of like with your wedding dress where you're like, this is the one, do you have that feeling? Or do people, when they buy houses, they're just like, yeah, you know, I'll take this. Like, or do you have the feeling? And she's like, I don't know, I guess it depends. And I was like, okay, that wasn't helpful. And I just assumed we wouldn't get that feeling because we're in a rush. We're ready to get out of the apartment. Apartments in San Diego are just as much monthly, and we were lucky because we've been in that apartment for like 14 years, so our rent was pretty low compared to all the new folks. Anyways, our real estate agent messages us. She sends a video. She was like, hey guys, this isn't on the market yet, but I thought you guys would like this, and I saw the video. I want to go see it now. My husband had a gig again the next day. I think he was gone for 2 weeks, and he's like, oh yeah, you and Emily can go tour it tomorrow. And I was like, no, let's see it now. And we've never really toured at night, and I think that's why he didn't want to go, and it was so last minute. I was like, no babe, let's tour it now. You need to come with me. And then we came, and like when we were in the living room, we just looked at each other and we were like, damn it, because we did not want to be heartbroken again, because we were like, this is the one. And it's crazy because the real estate agent, she wasn't ours, she was just another one from Redfin, was like, this is your guys's home, this is your house, I feel the energy. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But she's like, no, this is gonna be your house. And I'm like, I wanted to cry. I was like, okay, let me manifest this. With the other house, I was doing the opposite. I was putting it in my head like, no, you're not gonna get it, because I didn't wanna be so bummed if we didn't get it. But then that's what happened. So I was like, no, I'm gonna do the opposite of the last place. And I'm manifesting that we got the house. We put in the offer before they even put it on the market, and they took it, and we were just like, what? And it's crazy because this is way better than the house we wanted the other year when we were heartbroken. So really, like, I do truly believe it's like a wedding dress where you'll know it's the one. And I guess we just needed to be patient, and that's always what happens when you're not looking. That's when it pops up. Because like I said, the whole year we were looking, we found nothing, and then the one time we were really like dead serious, like we are not looking for a house anymore, and then it pops up. And it's wild because with our budget, we knew we couldn't have everything we wanted. What we really wanted was at least laundry, washer, dryer, and we'd be super lucky if there was a garage too. And with the houses in San Diego, especially with our price range, that just didn't seem possible to have both washer, dryer, and a garage, and in a decent area. So we just didn't think that was gonna happen. But then this place has a washer and dryer and a garage, and it's in a good location, and like still I can't believe like we got it. I feel like we were just really lucky, or we just really needed to wait for the perfect one. The universe was like, it's coming, just be patient. Here I am. Sorry if that was a long talk, but I just wanted to explain what happened. So that was a big reason why I wasn't filming, because we were moving in, we were doing all the crazy paperwork and inspections, and I kind of wanted to do a matte pink. I feel like this is way too bright pink. You know what, just let me go with this matte pink from Charity. I don't know if I like that. I'm just gonna grab the tan that's in there for a highlight color. I just realized I did not do a Shop My eyeliner and mascara, so I'm gonna do that after I put this on. Yes, oh, brows too, duh. Okay, hold on, eyeliner. So all these eyeliners are the ones that transfer on my oily lids. Again, I made a whole 2 videos about best liquid liners for oily lids. I use these for my makeup videos because I wash my face right after, so it doesn't matter that these eventually transfer because I'm not wearing them every day. You know, let me just use this Marcel. I got this in Canada, so yeah, whatever. Oh, we didn't grab fake lashes. With fake lashes, I honestly just use one or the other, which is Soulmate by Exo Beauty, and then San Diego by, I'll find it. These, or it says San Diego or San Diego. These are usually the ones I use. I haven't even used these. Are they too much? I feel like I didn't draw enough eyeliner, so I need something really thin. I mean, I could do the typical Ardell, right? Yeah, whatever. Let's just go with Ardell. Okay, so I put the Demi Wispies off camera. Brows. I'm just gonna grab the CoverGirl because it's right there. And eyeliner, mascara. Again, this Rare Beauty, since it's taking up so much space, I'll just grab that. Now let's go shop with me for my face makeup. I'm not even kidding when I say that I haven't been in here since we moved in. As you can see, it is a mess, so bear with me, don't judge me. But yeah, I don't know what happened over here. Let me just look at what's in the medicine cabinet so I can go from there. Okay, I did clean that up. Okay, so I remember all my primers were here. I think these are all my primers. All I've been using is the e.l.f. one because I want to finish it up, so I won't be using that. So I just have these 2 left. So, oops, let me just use Smashbox for now, okay? You will see my logic with picking makeup and everything and how my mind works, okay? Okay, so practically all of last year, I only used this foundation. So I shouldn't do that. I kind of want to use stuff that I haven't used in a long time. No, I used About Face and House Labs a lot. I love the Too Faced, but the reason I haven't been using this is because it's been too dark for me. But, ooh, look at it separating. Can you see that? How it's separated? So I might use this. Hopefully it's not gone bad, but this is a little dark, but I'll work with it. The color looks fine. I really thought it was going to be way darker, but definitely still in my skin tone range. Okay, concealer, I have no idea. No. All I use is Tarte, so I can't do that. NYX. I haven't used these two in a while. The reason I don't use the Natasha Denona is because this is so gray on me. But I have this weird thing where I want to hurry up and use the stuff I don't like, so I can finish them and use the stuff I do like. So I might use, it feels a little thick compared to the concealers I'm used to. There was not an instant love with this. I know everyone's obsessed with this. I don't know if it's because the color is off that I never liked it, but usually I know when I like a product from the texture, from the look. Like there are concealers where I put on and I'm like, ooh, I really like that. But I never had that reaction with this Natasha Denona one. Cause see, it looks like I have like ash under my eyes. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but in person, like it looks great. What setting powder do I have? Okay, again, all last year I've been using the Tarte, so I'm not gonna use that. And now since my skin is older, this Kat Von D is a little bit too thick, so maybe I shouldn't use that. This one's Beauty Bakery and this is Hourglass, and I haven't used Hourglass in forever, so let me use that. I love this. Again, I just don't know why I don't like using my favorite stuff. I like keeping it for special occasions, even though I don't have any special occasions to go to. I just like not using the really good stuff for some reason. It's kind of like I want to earn the privilege to use my good makeup by using my bad makeup first, if that makes sense. I mean, it looks nice on camera, right? Doesn't it look like super glowy? I love the look on camera. But in person, it kind of looks like I'm dead. I just finished watching Off Campus for the second time. I feel like I haven't enjoyed a series like that in a long time. I don't know if it's because the boys were actually like mature. What should I do next? Bronzer. All I've been using last year is a Physicians Formula just because it was easy. One sweep got out of the way. I don't know if I want to use liquid bronzer. It still scares me, but let's try it. I think I've only used this Saie one once and I have more bronzers than that. It's probably my desk over there. I don't even know what to use with this. I feel like I'd probably use a sponge, but again, I don't want to get up and take all of this makeup off my lap and wet the sponge, so. I'm gonna be using my Rare Beauty. Wait, oh no, there's still powder in here. Never mind. Just my Rose Ink number 3. Anyways, what was I saying? I think I enjoyed it with how mature everyone was. Like, especially the blonde boy. I thought the blonde jock who just sleeps with everyone was immature. But then when he gave the main guy, I'm sorry, I don't know the names of these people, but when he gave advice to the main boy on what to do to make the girl feel safe, I was like, oh damn, that would work, and that's smart, and that's mature. And I was just shocked that like everyone seemed very mature in the show. and that's what I really enjoyed about it. My sister said the books are better, but honestly, like, I don't even know if I want to read the books just because I enjoyed the TV show alone. Like, do I also need to read the books? Am I gonna be crazy and do another hot pink? No, I should not do that. Pink on pink on pink. But literally, what can I do? A peach? A peach and a pink? I mean, this looks subtle, right? I love this one. Oh, I heard that Flower Beauty is being discontinued. Drew Barrymore's brand. Should I even use it if it's discontinued? Oh, this is pretty. Sorry, I feel like I'm seeing my collection for the first time. This is too dark, but I think I got this as a free gift at Sephora or something. That's super pretty. Okay, and now highlighter. No, I'm not gonna do a crazy pink highlighter. Should I just use a normal white one? Okay. No. This is like pink, right? Pillow Talk. Oh wait, no, is that blush? No, highlighter. Ah, that's like a light pink. I need a like more basic highlighter. Am I making sense with any of this? This is the first time I'm looking at makeup in a while and I don't know what I'm doing. What color is this? This was also a sample from Sephora. Okay, well that's that's pink. Oops. I messed that up, but ooh, that's pink. Ooh, that could be blush. Rose Quartz highlighter. Dang, that's really pretty. I feel like this blush pink will look weird with a watermelon pink. Should I take this back? This might be too much. Dang it. Okay, so maybe I should use this Saie one because it's a very subtle pink. Anyways, after I watched Off Campus, I started getting all the TikToks, and there was one TikTok where a girl was like, did all of us girls instantly go and look up the boys' ages? And I love how a bunch of us were like, yes, because we were like, it would be weird to be crushing on someone who's way younger than you. And I do that with not just Off Campus, but with shows in general. If I'm like, oh, he's cute, but then like I feel gross when I think like, oh, he's cute and he seems younger, so I have to go like look up his age so it's not weird. And then when I look it up and see that he's older, I'm like, okay, I feel better. Anyways, the girl was like, see, that's the difference between men and women. Us women, we go look it up, make sure it's age appropriate, because it's gonna be so weird to have a crush on someone way younger than you. Because yeah, if I found out like any of those boys were very young, I'd be like, oh, you're a baby, like you're not cute, you know? I'm just blabbering here. I don't know why. I just feel like because I haven't spoken to the camera in so long. So yeah, let's try the Haus Labs one like I'm freaking out about. Hopefully it's not too pink. Like it looks like it could be a blush almost. Does that? Oh my gosh. That does look like it could be a blush. Dude, that is a blush topper. That is, thank God it's not too much in the camera, but in person, it just looks like I put a pink streak. Oh yeah, I would not use that as a highlight. Usually before a makeup video, I look at past videos and see what lipsticks I wore. So the last lipstick I wore was magenta. And I think I did a brown, so I can't do magenta and brown. Again, work with my logic here. So all my magentas are here. That's a no. Yeah, let's do blue. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have to cut this video a lot because I'm just gonna be sitting here thinking for a bit. I have my better lipstick over there, so let's go over there. I could do red. I have a lot of red, right? Let me go back and see if I've done red recently, okay? Okay, I have done red recently. I feel like looking back at my videos, the next lipstick could be like a hot pink. That one's too hot pink. Do I have a, is this, yes. I love this NABLA. I think I only used it once, but I freaking love this hot pink. So I should use that. And I know there's a lip liner that goes with this. Where do I keep my lip liners? Oh. Okay, here's the finale. Look how intense this is. The lip liner should be like at least darker. Dude, I'm gonna need to use a different lip liner or magenta. I feel like I need a darker one. Okay, that dark red is NYX in Current. Dude, I swear, I don't know why like lip colors like this, I feel like they age me. I don't know if it's because I feel like I start looking like my mom because she likes colors like this, or because they make my lips look smaller, but I did not expect that. I feel like it just like instantly aged me. I feel like I need to add some more of this since now it's looking too red. Dude, I shouldn't have put that blush topper on top, because now it looks like I'm wearing too much blush. Like I look like a clown. Okay guys, let's just end it there. I will be back soon with a book video, but there is my very pink look. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.